Gang, this episode is sponsored by Legends First. For all your action figure collecting, cataloging, and correlating needs, go check out Legends First, click the link in the description below, and tell them Model Behaviour sent you. Hello there, gang, and welcome to Displaying-Model-Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest video podcast. Without much news to talk about, it's still a little bit of a slow time in the toy sphere, I guess, but there's still a few things to talk about, and I want to talk about them, because, well, you don't want the algorithm forgetting about you. And more importantly, I don't want you forgetting about me either. It's like the frickin' Breakfast Club over here. Don't you forget about me. I'm not going to give you a chance to. There's still some news out there. So let's talk about it. It seems like everyone is giving Jada a run for their money in just about every different department. Poor old Jada have got to be like, what can we just enjoy our success for 5 minutes, please? And then Storm Arena and now 3-0 are like, nope. There's clearly a gap in the market, and we think we can maybe do it a little bit better. And maybe they are, because we've got these 3-0 Mega Man figures now. And Bayek, they do look real nice, at least for Jada. Kind of like how Storm Arena were going into Street Fighter Alpha rather than Street Fighter 2, initially at least. 3-0 are doing the more modern-looking versions of Mega Man rather than the super cute old-school ones that Jada were doing. So now we're going to get Mega Man X Rising Fire Edition. Does look pretty wicked. Mega Man with the fire power up. Just seeing the palette swap when you get a new power, that does. Whoa, that sounded bad, but no, that was like a good warm. It was a warm. Whoa, it takes me back to that real nostalgic time when you do play those old NES side scrollers. You pick up the new item and blip, 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 blip. You get the palette swap and a whole new power. Now he's got these awesome fire effects that he comes with. Does look real nice. There's not an official price yet, but the original Mega Man from 3-0 was $45, which, yeah, it's a little more expensive than Jada, but arguably, maybe a little bit nicer. I'll let you be the judge, but I gotta say, looking at all these pictures, they do look pretty darn impressive. Anyone who has younger siblings, or maybe you have younger cousins or cousins with younger siblings, basically anyone who has young siblings and toys involved will know what these look like when you find that a little kid has got a crayon and some felt tip pens and just gone to town on an action figure. Some might call it a tragedy. McFarlane calls it a Jokerized version. And we've got another gold label Jokerized Batman, which I don't know. I swear sometimes Todd must just look at things and be like, let's see how terrible we can make it look and see if people will still buy it. And more power to you, Todd, because clearly folks do. And if you find love in that, you know what? I ain't gonna yuck your yum. In this tough old world out here, if you can find something that gives you a little bit of dopamine and makes you feel like, yeah, that was a good purchase, then God bless you, sir. But my goodness, it just looks like someone went, there. It's a Jokerized Batman. So there you go. It is what it is. It's out there. You can get it if you want. Don't let me stop you. November 7th, pre-orders go live for SH Figuarts Wicked figures. What is it? Elphaba and whatever the Good Witch is called. But I'm not like feigning ignorance because I'm not into that. Actually, I did see the movie not that long ago, a couple of weeks ago. And you know what? It was delightful. I really enjoyed it. I'm genuinely looking forward to the second one coming out over Christmas because I've not seen the show, so I don't know what happens. Although judging by how the first movie goes, I can hazard a guess as to what they're going to do. No spoilers, thank you. And SH Figuarts haven't spoiled these figures either. Genuinely, I think they look pretty darn nice. So it's not your typical superhero fare, but if you're into Wicked and you want to get the two opposing witches, well, SH Figuarts have got you covered. Mafex are doing a bunch of re-releases. Even the toy industry seem to be thinking, you know what, it's a little bit quiet. Let's just dust off some of our old figures. But they are some pretty nice ones. The main one that's really got my attention is their cel-shaded comic book style Superman. So yeah, not cel-shaded, but comic book art line work. You know what I mean? You're looking at pictures of him. He does look real nice. I've got the regular Mafex Spider-Man, and he's good. So if you want more of a comic traditional tone, then you can pick this guy up. And over on the DC side of things, they're releasing a whole bunch of Hush figures as well. And those are arguably some of the best renditions of these characters, done in the incredible Jim Lee sort of style. So we're getting Hush Superman. Superman. I always hear Ursa in my head from Superman 2. Superman. Superman, Nightwing, Catwoman, and Batman as well. So Preternia.com has these apparently available at Nin Nin Game. So that's where you want to go for these. I imagine if they're being widely re-released, though, surely Big Bad Toy Store and other places will have them as well. I guess go take a look and see where you can find them. I was so taken aback the other day with Marvel Legends' reveal of their retro-style Nimrod at LucaCon that I forgot they also revealed an Iron Man Mark III as well, which is a cute little trip back into time for the MCU. I guess if you want just like one standalone quintessential MCU Iron Man, this would be the one to go for. I mean, we have had this before. I don't know if it's a re-release or not, or if it's like new tooling and all this stuff. Someone literally wrote under the article I'm reading, hope this one doesn't have 2 left feet, implying that the last one did. So yeah, it's just written here though, revealed Iron Man Mark III. So maybe a new sculpt with new tooling? I honestly can't tell myself. That's not just ignorance, it's... No, it is just ignorance. But old or new, borrowed or blue, you're going to be able to pick them up soon. Oh, almost rhymed. Oh my goodness, you know me. You know who I am. You know what I like. And I make no apologies about it. Godzilla is my jam. And Mondo, they've been putting out quite a few different Godzilla products. And they love their soft vinyls. And now we've got Space Godzilla, which might be my favorite iteration of the character from Mondo because it's so big and bright and bold and not a traditional action figure. I will acquiesce to that. It's kind of its own thing, these soft vinyl pieces, but I love to feature them because Mondo, they run the gamut from prints to posters to soft vinyl and regular action figures. And this kind of has a little place in my heart. I love Godzilla. I've got my exclusive Model Behaviour TMNT versus Godzilla comic cover coming out in a few days' time. That's really exciting. So I'm in kind of a Godzilla mood right now, and Mondo just presented this to me at just the right time. So it does look amazing. It is $165 as well. So for that price, it ought to be amazing. But luckily for Mondo, I dare say it is. So if you like the look of that, you can go over, check it out on their website. And hey, if you're a fellow kaiju fan, you might want to put down a few bucks and pick this up for yourself. And speaking of Godzilla, SH Monster Arts have got a really cool version of Godzilla Minus One that they're bringing out. They just showed it at this recent Toy Expo in Tokyo. I'm not sure if it was a specifically just Toy Expo, but it was a, hey, look at my cool stuff. Behold my stuff type expo. And of course, Godzilla Minus One, I genuinely think is the coolest Godzilla design we've ever had. And also Toho have just announced that they're beginning work on a official sequel to Minus One called Minus Zero, which doesn't make the most sense in the world. I think Minus Zero is just zero, right? But hey, who am I to comment? They made one of the greatest Godzilla films ever made, so they clearly know what they're doing. This Godzilla is based on a Godzilla ride in Japan. I think it's a 3D type, virtual reality thing, but I mean, it sounds pretty awesome. And using this version of the kaiju design, why the heck not? I'm guessing there's probably a lot of reuse from their original Minus One figure. But hey, it's such a nice one, you might as well bring it out again. Hideo Kojima, a creator who I'm always going to have a funny sort of love for, but also just some of his projects, they're a big swing. Don't quite get on board with them, and that's what Death Stranding was. I love his creative visions, but sometimes maybe you can have a bit of a Wachowski kind of vibe, where it's like sometimes you need someone to funnel those into a bit more of a user-friendly kind of format. Or maybe I'm just a big dum-dum who needs more dopamine-inspired fast-twitch gameplay. Death Stranding, the walking simulator with building mechanics, I think it's very deep and cerebral, and my monkey brain was like, no, don't have the patience. But the character design, that was pretty wicked. And I think that Hot Toys saw this as well, and they were like, you know what? We can bring these to life in 1/6 scale form, and that's exactly what they've done with Higgs here. Don't know his deal, but I love the look of him, because why wouldn't you? Looks really awesome. So if you enjoy Death Stranding, and if you do, you're probably a better person than I am. Then you can probably, you can do. No one's going to stop you, except like finances, because these things ain't cheap. But if you want to, you can place a pre-order for this. And with Hot Toys runtime, lead time being pretty long, believe me, I know. Come on, RoboCop 2. Then in about a year's time or so, you'll be able to add this guy to your shelf. Bombusby are doing a very handy little comparison of their two Lustia figures. And I can tell you from first-hand experience, that original Lustia, that is a darn fine action figure right there. So fine, in fact, that they've done her twice. This time in an even more sinister red guise. And they're just showing the side-by-side comparisons, revealing that they do kind of go together. You can swap over little bits and pieces. The red Lustina, or Lustia? That's it, isn't it? The red Lustia has a slightly, well, red tinge to her. So you can spot a few swap overs if you're changing faces, but generally as a side-by-side companion piece, I love figures that kind of bookmark each other or bookend each other. That's the expression I meant. And hey, for a couple of sexy anime demon witch girls, yeah, I think that makes a pretty good set of bookends. Today's cosplay cover artists are Ilaria V. Art on the penciling duties and Breelina on the beautiful cosplay side of things. Go give them both a follow on Instagram. And folks, that does it for good news for today. Thank you so much for watching. What did you think about the items covered? Comment below and let me know. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then you know what you got to do. You got to join the 6-1 clicks by clicking the like, share, and subscribe buttons. And if you want a special place reserved for you in the state of champions, up there in the pantheon of model behavior, then you could always get yourself a channel membership. That helps support me, support the show, and when we do the live streams, you get your name in that beautiful green font, which I still think is an odd choice, but there we are. But gang, thank you so much. However you support the show, however you support me, you're keeping Dave alive. And that really means the world, literally. So until next time, keep displaying model behavior. Oh, don't forget to follow me on Whatnot as well, if you want to buy some comic books from me. All right, so keep displaying Whatnot behavior. That doesn't work.
Coffee, big time.